welcome back to the Veil of Vesir. We are Mimic Decision, a group of random ass nerds who got together and decided to play some games. In this case, specifically, Daggerheart-ish for all of you at home, and more importantly, with all of you at home. So we set out to make the biggest gaming table we could. So you're all invited. Please have a seat, take a breath, and get ready for some chances to participate in the near future. For those who don't know us, I'm Matt. I'll be your GM tonight. And with me, as always, because I was bad in a previous life, and they are my punishment, Tom, Tim, and Aubrey. They will continue to play the role of our party tonight. Don't worry, Josh and John are still around, and they will be back with us in the near future, so look out for that. As you play, look out for chances to dive into the comments and votes, as we'll send things over to the chat, either things that will guide our party or guide the world around them. And we'll get down into that play real soon with our first question for chat. But first, the usual business. If you want to find any of our previous videos, you can check out youtube.com/@mimicdecision to get all of our back episodes of The Veil of Vesir and any other projects that we might have put up. Keep an eye out there. In addition, if you check out our posts on YouTube, you'll see we're running weekly polls after the sessions go up, asking our viewers to weigh in on things coming up in our next episode. So if for a way to chime in when we're not playing, go ahead and check that out. This past week, we had a question of which party member was a messenger approaching with a letter? I believe Torrin won, so we'll see how that plays out in today's episode, and look for similar ways to chip in over on our YouTube as we go. If you're watching the recordings, however, and you want to come hang out with us and play the game live, you can find us at twitch.tv/mimicdecision every Friday at 5 p.m. PST. And of course, if you like it, a follow on Twitch, like, subscribe, comment on YouTube means the world to us, truly. But without any more of that nonsense, let's get back to our game. When last we played, our party was embroiled in a battle. Shadowy assassins from a northern underground criminal syndicate and beasts driven wild and deranged by corrupting vines and magic. Our party deftly dealt with the assassins, taking down two and capturing one for later interrogation, and heroically largely managed to free the beasts from their corruption, slicing the vines off and healing their wounds and cleansing them of the sickness that had fed in. The beasts left injured, scared, but thankful, and our party was returned to Lindholm, where they were able to awaken the ensorcelled noble, Talia Khavalor, who, impressed with her rescuers, immediately offered them the chance to escort her back to Gransel and make some more money on top of it if they were so interested. In addition, Lady Jen, the Duchess, who has been kind of operating behind the scenes of everything around our party from the first session, is in Lindholm and awaiting their presence. So with that, our party is currently resting at the Axe and Stave, Garu's Tavern in Lindholm, along with Talia Khavalor. But for the moment, before we get back to them and let them take the spotlight, chat, I have a little story for you. Or less a story this time. We're not doing any high political intrigue or drama or anything of that sort. Today I have a question a little closer to home, a little warmer, a little fuzzier. I'm going to zoom out away from the party, not back to Gaiatel or anything like that, but to a patch of grass outside of the Axe and Stave. On that patch of grass, there is a doghouse and a couple bowls with water and food filled with overflowing with scraps from Gower's cooking this morning. And laying in that grass is a dog. Enjoying the sun beating down on him, he's lazily watching everything happening in this square here in Lindholm. He's used to a much quieter town, but he doesn't really seem disturbed by what's going on. Now, Chad, I have an important question for all of you. I need a name and a breed for that dog. Feel free to tell us it out, open forum into chat. If we have a clear winner, we will go ahead and just use that. But if not, we'll toss the best options up into an actual poll for you guys to vote on. So let's see where we go from that.
Most important question he's asked up to now, honestly.
Dog questions are the most important questions.
I agree. Mine's sleeping here around the corner right now.
Mine has just settled down.
Yeah, apologies. My chair is squeakier than usual lately. I'll have to look into it, getting some oil.
To tighten some bolts is all.
Yeah, that's probably it. Let's take a look at it.
I believe
What is the proper
Dachshund
name? Like a dachshund?
is
Yeah.
the proper name for the wiener dog,
Yeah.
Damon. I believe that is a Dachshund.
Or Damon just called it straight out.
Mm-hmm.
Irish
Irish
wolfhounds are
wolfhounds.
delightful. There's a
Golden
book series I
retrievers.
do like reading about a druid who has an Irish wolfhound companion. Haven't read it in a while though. All right, I'm seeing some options here. Anybody have any names to go along with it?
Yeah, maybe the name will help inform the breed.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, you have to look at a thing to name a thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
We've got Butter.
people have names for babies before they have the baby, usually.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
believe in
because
that.
like, the
People are
husband
irrational,
matches and
Tom.
stuff.
I said a name, but I'll take a gender as well. Actually, that's a good point. I don't have one picked out. This is fresh clay you are molding into a new dog. Katsu, I like that.
Katsu. What kind of dog would a Katsu be?
Shiba Inu would be the
I
classic.
A
was
chicken.
I was thinking like a sheepdog. Like a sheepdog that can't see where they're going. for
That's
some
dark
reason.
one.
Funny. And also my favorite bento box from the hibachi place down the road.
Give me a pork katsu, and I am settled. Okay. Why don't we toss up a quick poll, guys? I'm seeing. So we've got a couple breed options. I'm
Mhm.
seeing 2 name options.
You got it, Tim?
Yep. All right, let's get the breed out of the way.
Oh, is Butter a name or a breed of dog?
I think it's a name.
It's a dog made of butter.
Right. So we'll get the first poll up with the breed. We'll knock that out of the way, and then I think we've got a 2-way duel on the name, and then we'll have made a dog, guys. Isn't that exciting?
Give us your best votes here.
Is it a dachshund? Is
Could
it
be
an
your
Irish
mediocre votes on
wolfhound, or is it a golden retriever? That is quite the range.
I
Mhm.
genuinely thought you were going to say, is it a duck to start with? And
Are you a duck?
I don't think so, but would I know if I were?
Probably. Well,
You would, but you would be really good at fooling the rest of us. I
would he?
think in order to do that, you have to know.
We're starting with the serious conversations today.
I was going to say the conversations you guys have been having. The chat doesn't even know about.
Yeah, sorry, chat. We were getting into a couple things. Oh, come on, guys.
We have to like first vote of the night tiebreaker. Is that what we're looking like we're having
That
to do
is
here?
what we are currently leaning toward. Oh, okay. We now have a not tie. Wolfhounds are so big. I love it. But okay. Unless nope, I think we are now locked in. We have a dachshund.
Yeah, it's a
Now,
one-way now.
let's quickly decide: is that dachshund named Butter or Katsu? For anybody who's not usually here, I promise we also have consequential votes, or more other differently consequential votes.
I was going to
Will
say,
come up, but
Yeah, this is by far the lowest stakes voting I think we've had to date.
but the one
Well-
with the fastest effect, visible effect.
That's true.
All
Is
right,
this
ladies and
dog
gentlemen,
going to be
Butter or
like
Katsu?
a bad guy? Did we decide a
If-
gender? Do we know?
Well, if
I guess
that's
that works
if
for
that's
either.
the case,
Yeah, there's
butter
no
would be
gender,
the best
so
bet.
I like butter.
oh, please, guys, please vote for Katsu. I love Katsu. It's so cute.
You just don't infect the voting.
I have
Right.
always said
Not
we
in
can put our
fact-
thumb on the
Affect
scale.
them.
Influence.
Yeah, we are allowed to campaign up
Trying
here.
to picture a dachshund.
Oh, it seems like
Named
maybe
Katsu.
you need
I-
to potentially try and influence more often.
Apparently, because
Bad way, because
it
this is
seems
like,
that
Butter's
Butter
winning. Butter's
Butter
won.
in a landslide. Okay, we have a dachshund named Butter.
Why does Katsu is that associated to explosions in my head? And I don't know why.
I don't know. I'm
That's
gonna
what you
assume you've
yell
seen
when
some
you're
anime.
being
Maybe.
exploded.
Something you
But
should
I don't think
Google.
I've ever watched an anime, so but probably
I mean, you have with
osmosis
me.
online.
So like,
Abridged.
no, we've
Sure.
watched actual ones sometimes.
Sharp letters. That's it.
All right. So the dachshund is named Butter. Not Butter, is Butter. And he is currently enjoying a warm sunbeam on a somewhat chilly day, quickly approaching afternoon here in the town of Lindholm. And with that dog created, unless anybody in the party has any questions that you guys want to deal with real quick, I'm ready to toss the spotlight back to you. So Talia looks at all of you and says, "Why do you all look so tense?"
It has been a long couple of days for us. We have been so many small adventures in the last few days.
It's been a day. A good night's rest will help most of us. I'm pretty sure. Or some of us at least.
Yes.
You don't want my explanation.
Oh, I do.
No, you eat something or
Is it bloody?
just relax. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
So
It's just
going back to what I'm just gonna kind of wave at Garu. Garu? Oh, brain. Don't pick now to shut off.
Yeah, the tavern. guy?
Garu notices your
I'm just kind of gonna
your request, and he makes his way over.
okay. I'm just gonna kind of point at Talia, like a kind of a keep an eye on her, kind of motion and say, I believe Jen is ready to see us. She is at the general store across the street.
No.
If you could watch young Talia here for a short while we go speak with her, it would help.
Looks to you and looks at the still sleeping caster next to a drink at the bar. And all right, no, I can do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Garu.
Shall we go see what Jen is wanting?
Might as well. Would be nice if we'd been able to rest a little bit before this, but
Yes, she did not arrive at a time which is very convenient for us. But it is what it is. Perhaps you're able to go home soon. Belu's just kind of gonna turn and, I mean, at this point, he's pretty beat up, so he's kind of just gonna, like, almost hobble his way out of the bar, or out of the tavern, and kind of start making it across the street.
Butter looks up as you exit the door and gives a big long yawn and lays his head back down, just watching you as you cross on the way to Good's Good.
Smile and wave at the dog, as Belu does. Hello.
You are allowed to approach and enter. Good's good without being harassed, but by the looks given to you by the 4 armed people in the square, you realize quickly that if you were not you and you were not so invited, that would not be the case. You are allowed in, and you find Asha Good nowhere to be seen. The store itself is empty, and a door is open into a small office in the back.
They will not sell much today. It appears.
Strange thing to wonder about right now, Bill.
It was not a very inviting group outside, and there's no one to take money for the goods or services here at the moment. Just an observation. I do not know.
You're not
why.
wrong.
Well, I do not know why it came to me. I'm probably just very tired at this point. As you say, we could use a bit of rest. And shall we make our way to the office?
Let's do that.
You enter the room, and you find a young woman sitting behind the desk, leaning back, thinking. She's dressed simply. She has baggy white trousers and a kind of white wrap that covers most of her torso but leaves the midriff bare, and most of her arms below the shoulder. It's kind of Arabian in general look. Her hair is pulled back into a blonde ponytail, and Bailu, I think you and Morella both quickly recognize the eyes, particularly. This is the woman you met in the prison on your first night. And she gives you a smile and very quickly and gracefully stands up and, "Oh, hello! So glad you could make it."
It is nice to see you again. Under hopefully better circumstances than before.
Generally better than breaking into Gaetel prisons, yes.
Or being imprisoned in them as well.
That is fair. How are you all doing?
We are quite tired and beaten up.
Of course. You must have been through... I've heard you've been through so much already. You'll need to take your time to rest and make sure the wounds are taken care of. Before you leave, see my guards on the way out. They have payment for all of you. For your work so far.
Payment for what work? We have just fled Gaetel.
You have fled Gaetel, and you have dealt quite a blow to some bandits who haven't really been dealt any other blows yet.
They are quite capable of dealing blows themselves as well.
That we've seen. I don't know if you've heard, but they've struck in 4 different locations all over Vesir.
I do not believe
this was meant to be their 5th coup, I think. Talia would have been a really nice bargaining chip for them if they wanted to come to the table after these last few attacks.
Well, it is good that she is no longer with them.
It is. She's a sweet girl. Is she all right?
She appears to be quite hungry.
That's promising. I had heard that when she first came back, she was asleep. How did you wake her up?
Question: did she just interrupting?
Sure.
Does she actually look happy that she's awake?
Why don't you go ahead and roll instinct for me, and we'll see how you can read. First roll of the night, I suppose.
I was gonna say she didn't seem terribly well informed before, like when we talked to her.
17, 19 with hope.
19 with hope. Yeah, so her smile is bright. She seems cheery, and as far as you can tell, she seems genuine. You've never seen her before tonight, but or today, but
And
as
she's
well
a
as
dwarfish.
as well as you can read human faces.
Is this a knock because I'm a turtle? Like that sounds like discrimination to me.
I don't think it's odd to say that. I think it would be more difficult to read the facial expressions of races that you're less used to. That said, you're from Gaiatel, so
Right.
very very cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, she seems sincere on that point. In general, she's like I said, she seems quite happy and pleased to see you alive and well in certain definitions of well. But before we interrupted, she had asked a question about how you woke Talia.
I am not quite sure. It was Viola and Azaria who were able to wake her somehow.
Her eyes turned to Morella. Oh,
Yeah, we tickled her toes and read her diary.
she smiles at you. Okay. To be fair, I haven't been particularly forthcoming myself. So, let's fix that. My name is Argentia. I am a duchess in the lands of Falkir, but more importantly, I am the consort of King Falkir. I have both more and less powers than a duchess, depending on what you're asking about. And where the issue is. In Falkir, I'm usually much more effective.
It seems like I look out, kind of glance at the door. I don't know if I can see outside. Seems like a relatively light guard. Let me rephrase it. An extremely light guard.
No, I didn't want to be known. These are just the 4 most trusted bodyguards I have. We rode up from Gaiatel yesterday.
Speaking of Gaetan, what is the current situation
Yes.
there?
Of course. As far as the authorities are concerned, all of you are innocent. What's the word I'm looking for? Vindicated. Cleared of charges. It happened relatively quickly. I was concerned that the underground issues might be more prevalent, but as it seems that you've been attacked even here, honestly, I think you might be safer in Gaiatel. At least there are guards who know how to deal with their type there.
I've certainly never been beaten up in Gaetan, so it seems like a safer place to me.
That just means you haven't moved around enough in Gaiatel, Belo, and I smack him a bit too hard on his back.
I hear your friend Tambit doesn't have any problem finding fights.
No, he is usually the one who starts them, so I believe. So it is good that we can go back to Gaetan then at this point.
Of course.
We have been asked by Lady Talia if we would assist in escorting her back. I believe she lost a good number of her traveling party when...
I think that makes all of the sense in the world. Honestly, I was going to suggest you try to go with her if you could.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads me to my next question before we go any further afield. Are you interested in working for me? I don't want you to feel obligated to do so.
I
have
a job. Or had a job.
Most of my agents do. This isn't really a full-time sort of thing. I don't keep a military, but I have informants in many places.
I would... I also have a job. I'm quite busy with my normal healing routes. From place to place. I am...
Well, Before you all give me your apologies, your first job will be to escort Lady Talia back home and simply keep an eye out for anything related to this Carrier Green as you get closer.
She's
The red dawn's on
made the
everyone's
display above.
mind, but she's the one I'm worried about.
She made the large display above the gate
Yes,
during the festival. Yes.
indeed. She's calling
Speaking of the
people.
festival, important part, do you know who won that cooking competition?
Torment, I'm so sorry. The votes were burned. They're
I
going to
knew it.
hold another kickoff. A few weeks from now, I think. They were waiting for another holiday to attach it to.
What a tragedy. I want an insight roll on if she's telling the truth on this one. Instinct roll, whatever it's called.
Go ahead.
Tormund is smiling, by the way, like he knows it's a completely non-important question. Like 10 with hope.
He's smiling on the outside.
Inside, those turtle teeth are crying.
Yes.
My turtle teeth are crying.
Yes.
How do
Nothing about that visual is comfortable.
Tim? Like that was like what?
Hey, I call it like I see it in my mind.
Okay.
I am sorry. I didn't get a chance to try any of them, so I really don't know. But in all the chaos with the attack afterwards, and more than a few other incidents that sprung up in the darkness, apparently, the boats were lost in a fire.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate, but
It is.
it happens, unfortunately.
The good news is you will be able to compete in the next one.
Well, assuming I am in Gayatel at that time.
It is true you did show up. You did not show up for work for several days. You may be fired at this point.
And it gives you a lot more time to make stew.
Fair.
I can assure you that your job is still there for you. Captain Stanger remains a close friend of mine.
You see one of your agents as well?
No, he really is just a friend.
I see.
Did that guard that we had to
He's fine.
Okay.
Pride bruised more than anything else.
We tried to be careful.
He tried to get a search party moving for you, but was dismissed rather quickly when the fallout with the nobles happened.
Do you know what that ship was that chased us? They didn't seem to be from the guard.
No, I don't believe they were. I wasn't able to identify them, sadly. I did hear reports of them leaving and got a decent sketch of the ship, but all I can tell you, it wasn't anybody from the Vesir Guard.
They very aggressive magic, very quickly. No, I was surprised by.
As I told you the night when you left, you did ruffle some important feathers. People who aren't used to not getting their way. So, hopefully that's all in the past now that the legal issues have been dealt with. But you really do need to keep an eye out. I've been trying to intercept as many of the contracts that have been raised for the rest of you, but some people will take them. As you saw.
Yes. Yes, we did. And as long as it, doesn't require me to break oaths or anything like that. I don't have a problem with this.
Oh,
Not the
Come-
chasing part, the working for you part.
yes, count me pleasantly surprised.
Would you be against me disclosing it to the captain, for example? Or is this
I would be against you disclosing it in general.
right?
Captain Stanger is a different case. If you need to while you're in Gaitel, that would be fine. I trust him with my life as much as anybody.
Tormund goes quiet and
I'm willing to help Roman out from time to time. However, I have a full-time job that I am with many people who depend on me for periodic visits.
Sounds like somebody who can get through a lot of doors.
But perhaps it is never say never, but for now, perhaps maybe we just can't continue to work together informally for now.
As you wish, Bela. She turns her eyes back to Marilla, and there is definitely a sign of hunger there. You've been quiet, Marilla.
Have I?
What are your thoughts?
Well, the whole thing seems a bit unethical.
Which bit?
The whole having agents all around Gaiatel. Now you want one of the
Around
guards
Seer.
to be your agent? Really, who's ever heard of such a thing?
Oh, yes. Whoever could have.
Alright, informal for the moment sounds fine since we'll be escorting her anyway.
Excellent. Then,
We will
Since-
need a few things prior to escorting Lady Talia.
certainly, what can I help you with?
We will need provisions for the road, medical supplies, new pants, other items that are generally needed
whoa,
for
whoa.
the road.
Tormund wakes up.
Oh, but those pants are so lovely.
Yeah,
I
after all the
agree they
work
are,
we did to get them
however-
for you.
They're so sunny,
However-
dear.
Yes, however, they do tend to attract attention, which is not necessarily what we are aiming to do as we travel back to Grand Soul.
Find drawing attention in a way you intend to, or the
We
way
do
that
not
you can
intend to
control,
draw any attention at all.
can be the best way to hide at times. But I'll leave it to you. Whatever you need, see my guards on your way out. As I said, they have payment for your work so far, and they can help provision you with what they can. I am afraid to say that while you're in Lindholm, there are limits to what we can get you. I know I do seem to have quite a bit of assets in the region, but, well, we're in Lindholm. I think that we can arrange for spies at the first city or town you would stop in on the way to Grand Soul, depending on which route you want to take. I'll be leaving soon, but I'll be leaving one of my guards behind. Liaise with him, and if you need anything, he'll arrange it. But I have 2 requests for you while you're along escorting Talia. First, of course, as I said, anything you hear on Karya Green. I am desperately interested. Everybody should be. They're not yet, but they will be soon, I expect. Second, and this is a favor from my lord, We've had an interesting number of cases of priests going missing in our towns. And priests, particularly in Gransel, are all Falconian Orthodox. I don't expect you to find anything, but if you could keep an eye out, we'd appreciate it.
You mean like the priest who's trying to get as much money as possible out of people to do his job and minor works? I'm not surprised that they're not well liked.
I am sorry about that. Here, there is a reason he was sent here as a backup priest for Father Elfson. He won't be here long. I apologize for the inconvenience he offers. Getting rid of the ones like that isn't as easy as you might think, but hiding them out in the backwoods at least helps.
Fortunate for
Maybe
the
ask
people who live here.
what happened to Father Elfson.
Oh, good news.
He seems-
I'm
seems
happy
to
to
be
say
well
on
liked,
that
yeah.
one. He's being promoted.
I see.
He was called back to Helsen for a ceremony. He'll be back within 2 weeks, I believe.
I see.
I see. The slightly less delicate topic of we work for you. I have a request from you. If we work for you.
Very well. Let's hear it.
There's a lot of orphans in Gaiatel.
There's a lot of orphans in Vesir. But go on.
There's a lot in Gaiatel. I'd like you to use some of your influence to try to improve their plight. Be it using what you'd pay me, be it however you want to do it. They live a rough life.
Yes, I'm not unsympathetic. The answer is yes. But the how, give me some time.
I'm not asking them for all to be housed, to have, everything.
No, of course. I respect that when you came to me for the request, it was not for you. I'll see what I can do about that. I think we can work a few things out in the city. Anything else? Any of you?
I believe we will take Lady Italia back to Ganso. Attempt to. Do you have any of your other men that you could perhaps spare to assist along the way? If we run into this group again, it may be less.
I can leave 2 of my bodyguards.
We
To go
would
with
prefer
you?
to not run into them again at all, but
Grell and Kiln can stay with you.
I thought I heard you had a crackor or something like that. I guess not.
No, I'm afraid no. No bodyguards named Krakor in my employ. That's an odd name. What is that? Ribbit.
I don't know. I thought
No,
I
I'm
heard
sorry,
his name in the prison, but I guess he wasn't working for you.
Well, truly, is there anything else you need? You've all been through quite a bit. Please, make sure you rest before you get back on the road. I'm sure Talia is in a rush, but it's most important that all 4 of you, are rested and ready when you go.
I
The roads
believe
are dangerous,
she needs to get her strength back as well.
and the Red Dawn is not gone. We don't know how,
Understood.
but their numbers are unlikely, is all anybody's been able to say. To which I've responded, well, there they are, but here we are.
I believe Azelia mentioned something about transportation or something. Oh, and we have another question. The
Yes.
Red Dawn seems to have a way to fold up a wagon and make it fit into a pocket of some kind. Is this something that you are familiar with?
I've seen magic used to do similar things, but never with a wagon. That is impressive. No, I don't have anybody who can do that.
Hmm.
I have a few baubles at home, a music box, a backpack, things that can that can be folded into smaller pieces. I've seen the base magic for it, but nobody I know could. A wagon. Do you know if it was empty? That would make a difference.
It had a ballista on it.
Oh, well, no, then that's a lot more complicated. Okay, that's frightening. You don't repeat that I said that. Interesting. I will also ask you to keep an eye out for any more interesting news about the Red Dawn. But I expect most of the world will be helping out on that front. Gaetel's already mobilized forces to assist some of those afflicted, and other nations are finally getting moving.
Lady Jen, or whatever you
Argenta.
prefer.
It's fine.
What do you prefer?
Jen is fine.
Okay. A couple of times now, we've been transported to a druid grove.
Yes, you're not the only ones to report that. It seems to have been, or it seems to be transient, usually in the mornings, and it doesn't affect everybody in an area. It's been quite odd. Some people have been hurt by the people who thought they were transported but weren't. Or were, I don't really know. The reports are sporadic, and many people have simply gone missing during these periods of attacks.
Do they appear to be in the same places every time?
I don't know. We'll have to check. My sources haven't found much about this yet, and the capital as a whole isn't taking that threat very seriously yet.
We are. So 3 times now?
I'm glad to hear it.
There's been... Last time we had assassins with us.
Also, I'll eat my pants if these Red Dawn bandits aren't attached to this carrier green. Somehow.
No.
The fact that they both started attacking within 12 hours of each other seems too much of a coincidence otherwise.
She mentioned that she was in the Woods of Console. You will have to pass through that area in a way with Lady Talia to get out back to home. So you will be extra careful in the woods.
Speaking of Grand Soul, you mentioned before you had an item somewhere around there go missing.
Yes. Indeed. I don't think it will be along your way, but if you want to look, an egg of some value to me. It's an antique. It would appear to be made of solid gold. It was stolen about 6 months ago, and I finally got any hint of where it might have been with the sighting in Grand Soul on the northeast coast. It's a bit out of the way of where Talia will need you to take her, but if you want to look, it would mean a great deal to me. It's been in my family for hundreds of years at least, I believe.
Perhaps it would be best to take Lady Talia and then search on the way back.
As you will. As I said, it's not a priority with everything else going on, but it would be a great deal off my mind if it could be taken care of.
Yeah, I was just curious, and we could keep our, what's the phrase you humans got? Something, ears to the ground?
You sure it isn't nose?
Are those
She
not
sniffs
ears,
experimentally.
Morella?
What's that?
Are those not ears on the side of your head?
Yeah, but I don't put them on the floor.
Well, I appreciate that. I truly do. Do you have any other questions before I take my leave?
Well,
Uh,
a tidbit?
Yes?
How much have you been looking into where the Red Dawn are attacking?
I can tell you that they attacked and, to our knowledge, destroyed a fungal colony on a northeastern island, and then attacked. I'm sorry, on the island, and then attacked Limios town nearby, but they were fought off. I can tell you that there is an ongoing fight still happening around the Chone colony in Koyatel, and the Koyatelans are, of course, dragging their feet in sending aid. The druids of Speaks Grove have come to help, and it seems to be at a stalemate at the moment, so we're seeing what we can do about getting some help sent that way. The Arxortium also was attacked by a large group of ships, to my knowledge.
And it's all along one branch of the roots.
Is it?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, each attack on a fungal colony.
I don't know anybody who has an accurate map of the roots. But you can feel it, can't you?
Imagine a lot of people could.
Sure, but they're not that are working for me. That is interesting. When's the last time you were down there?
Been a while. A few years at least. In that specific area, I gotta tell you, I don't know what's going on over there. Never been.
Not uncommon, but there is a path to Gransol through the roots. Of course there is, but given everything that's going on, I'm not sure it's actually a more dangerous than going above ground. I'll leave that to you. I don't want to get into telling you how to go about doing what you're doing. You know what I'm looking for. I'll trust you to make the right decisions. Tell Talia that several of us in Gaiatel are thinking about her, and she'll have our support when she gets home.
okay.
If that's all, I'm going to take my leave. I'll leave 2 of the guards behind to help you on your trip.
Do you not need them to go back?
I was already going to leave 1. I can manage for that 1 more.
Are you sure that won't just draw more attention?
That's up to you. If you don't want to use them, leave them behind and they'll catch up with me. But if you do, they're at your disposal. Grell is a little hot-headed, but she's got a good head on her shoulders the rest of the time. Kiln is unimaginative, but as solid as they come.
Well,
Kiln
Really?
isn't the hot-headed one?
No, I suppose the parents struck out on that one, didn't they?
That's what happens when they name things before they get to know them.
Precisely.
And we've got all the way back.
Well,
not.
I thank you for your time, your consideration, and all your heroics so far.
Have a
If you-
safe trip back.
And you have a safe trip out. If you need me, you have my one. And
Thank you
with
for
that,
your help up to now.
She tosses her heavy cloak back on, and she is out and on her horse moments later. Maybe 30 seconds after you hear the horses gallop off down the street, you hear Asha humming, coming back into the store and just puttering about, moving things around, cleaning, sorting, not intruding on the room you guys are in.
Well, what do you guys think about this? Tom, you seemed quite eager to accept the offer of employment.
Eager? I mean, if I can get some noble help for, you know, doesn't seem. I've heard
is a
worse
good cause.
deals. People forced into doing worse things in the city. And honestly, if the captain really is a friend of hers, there are worse references she could have used. Trust me on that one. There are worse references.
Marla, what are your thoughts on this offer that she has given us?
My thoughts are that she can pay us well for a job we were already going to do. And that's a good.
Mm-hmm.
As far as when we get back to the city, I'm not making any promises there.
Yes. I believe I am in a similar situation to you. I am very happy to help Talia get home safely. But I do not believe I am going to. I cannot see myself continuing to work for Jen. For no other reason than I am busy along my normal day-to-day business.
Don't disregard having a patron too early, Belo. You could be helping more people.
I will keep my eyes open. I just want to make sure that the people I am helping currently do not see a degradation in their service. Either way, it is not a decision we must make right now. I believe we could all use a good night's sleep. Perhaps another meal in the not too distant future. I, for one, am quite ready to take a rest.
Yes. And also spend some time to repair this armor. Helping the bears was good for the bears, Belu. And I kind of like stick a finger through like a hole in the armor.
Perhaps they would be less. Perhaps they would be more helpful towards the next people who get caught in the Druid Grove if it is not us.
Maybe.
That's the way. We did a good thing in there. We will continue to do good things and hope for the best.
That's the spirit.
Well, I am going to probably go to sleep quite soon.
Belu, it's noon. We've eaten once today.
I will
This is
stay
not-
for a bit.
Is this how you got so strong, by only being awake half a day?
I was. We will say I was stabbed and shot with arrows quite a bit less while I was growing. It did not make me as tired. fewer animal attacks in general as well.
You sure it's not an age thing?
No, I am as spry today as I was 20 years ago. Meaning I was not very spry 20 years ago.
Right.
Where is this conversation happening?
I
In the
imagine
office.
as we're walking back out, like
Yeah.
if it's like completely unserious conversation, we're just walking out and
Yeah.
like laughing about the.
As you find yourself back outside, you hear the sound of hoofbeats pounding the dirt, quickly approaching, opposite of when Jen and her guards had just left. And a moment later, a young Qatari boy, probably no older than 16 or so, rides what looks to be a very tired horse up into town. And all right then, looking for a Galapa?
Like,
Hey,
kind of
name of
look
Tormund.
around.
I will put my hands up like it ain't me.
Oh, I see that, man. Thank you.
What have you done this time?
Yes, it's me. What's going on?
Are we going back to
Oh.
prison?
Hello, Mr. Tormund. No, ma'am, I'm not a constable, or I don't know, whoever does that. No, I just have a message for this Galapa here, Tormund, and he just pulls out a folded message. It is sealed. There is a wax seal on it.
Do I recognize the seal?
You do not.
Who gave this to you?
But you do see scrawled on the front of the parchment the name Tormund written in a familiar script. Very messy, barely literate. I was hired by he was a Conic, I think. Full armor. Never saw his face. Very shiny. Said he wrote a letter for some kids to talk to their pa or something. That you? Paid me to take the letter.
I don't know about paw, but I'll take the letter. Can I?
Sure. And he holds his hand out
Right.
expectantly.
I was going to actually pull out like a coin and like put it in there.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Happy for the patronage. Now I'm gonna go have a drink and let Nelly here catch a breath. And he
Garu's
trots.
silver days, they're pretty good.
Yeah, he's already on his way. I sent you the letter, by the way.
It would appear that we are not here quite as secretly as we believed. We are going to go back into the tavern. Come find us when you are done with your letter.
As you approach the tavern, Talia very quickly gets up and kind of bounces up around Bela. Hi, welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your meeting?
It was informative. I was told to tell you that others in Gaetel are glad that you are doing better, and will support you when you get home. Is what
Oh, that's good. Grammy's gonna kill me.
Well, perhaps she did. I believe she could not have known about the bandits.
She'll probably be relieved you're alive.
Yes.
She might be relieved I'm alive, but she's also gonna kill me. Give me both, I promise. You haven't met her yet. You will. If you escort me back, that is. Are you escorting me back?
We are going to help you go back.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Will require a bit of preparation time first, but
I feel safer with all of you around.
that is good.
She hugs Balin.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Sorry, Matt. What's a
Okay.
conic again?
Dracona.
Oh, okay.
It's a shape that's like this.
Yeah, Konic. It's
Yeah.
slang for Dracona in Vesir. As I say slang, it's used very heavily, but even among themselves at this point.
So it's not a okay.
It's short for Conicia, which was the name of the Veseran-wide draconic nation that used to exist.
Okay.
Well, we will let your chef rest for a bit. You will
Yeah,
let you continue eating.
He's just
Keep resting.
exhausted. Garrow said he
Yes.
didn't even drink half the drink before he passed out.
Yes, he seemed quite tired when he walked in.
I'm glad he's getting some
You
rest.
didn't get into his drink, right? You seem a little.
I'm
bouncy.
old enough to drink.
Yeah, but maybe you shouldn't right now, right?
Don't think that's. I'm not drinking anyway. Doesn't matter. I just had a coffee.
No, I see. Yeah.
So, how do you think we should go?
I believe the safest way. It would not necessarily be the fastest way.
That's probably true. But I mean, there's really two options. We either have to go through some mountains and cut into Garansel, or we can take the river.
Well, we have seen that they have boats, which are faster than you would think. Or someone has boats. On the rivers, we were attacked on the river while leaving Gaetel. We could also...
Oh,
we
that
could
sounds
take the
awfully
mountains.
exciting.
The mountains might be a longer journey than the river, though.
Certainly. And I think more treacherous just in general.
Yes.
Naturally speaking, not bandit speaking.
Yes, I believe going around the mountain is probably the best idea. I am more concerned going through the forest when we reach Gansor. There's a large population of, or potentially a population of people that we would wish to avoid there.
Sadly,
There's no way around them.
forests of Garansel do kind of cover like 2/3 of it.
Yes.
Depending on how you define the forests of Gransel and which forest we're talking about.
I do not believe it was specified in the message.
No, it wasn't, which is curious. Somebody from Gransel would have.
Yes. Well,
Tormund's going to walk back in now. The letter, like, clasped very tightly in his hand.
Tormund!
Lady Talia. Belu, can
he
I
has had a coffee.
actually? Morella,
There's two.
can I speak
Nice.
to you real quick? Like, the character is actually interrupting himself with, like, wanting to talk to Belu and then actually Morella instead.
Yes, Lady Talia, why don't we go over to the table and sit?
Oh,
Perhaps
okay.
I will order myself a coffee as well.
Let's get some food.
We could try to order more, yes. I'll just walk to the table.
And we leave Belu and Tormund for their conversation.
I'll hand
Alright.
over the letter to Morella. Actually, I might as well just read it out loud so that. Tormund, we miss you. Your friend came around and told us we should send you a letter. He wrote it for us. He even paid for the postage. His scales are really shiny, but he keeps them hidden. He looks really scary when he's just lurking around the neighborhood, which he always is. But he's been real nice. The guards all leave him alone too. He wanted to know when you'll be back so he doesn't miss you, he said. Anyway, town's been a little bit quiet lately. Lots of people walking around quickly and not talking. Not as generous as usual. Guards are being meaner too. Hope you're not getting into too much trouble. Otherwise, what kind of example would you be setting for us? P.S. Your stew was yummy. It was our favorite. Not grey at all. Sorry the votes got burned. I don't know a conic that has a fancy shiny armor.
You don't know a conic with shiny fancy armor hanging around your kids?
Yes, that is correct. They're also not my kids. I'll keep that say it clearly again, but yes.
If you're feeding them when they show up at your door, they're your kids.
Okay. Sure. Are all those stray cats, then, do they belong to the people who feed them also? Or does that just apply to kids?
Applies to anything.
Okay.
But especially cats.
All right. Well, let's move past this conversation. My kids, the orphans.
All right, so we're moving past the kids and we're talking about
The weird
what
person
exactly?
that's hanging around them that I don't know that is trying to contact me via them, I'm guessing.
They said he keeps his scales hidden. That's interesting.
In general, he does. But they said they were really shiny, which implies he probably took his helmet off around them. Or, gauntlets for writing the letter. Do you have any contacts in Gaiatel or a way to contact people?
Do I? No,
I
no,
don't
I don't
need
know
to
why you
know.
would think so.
I really don't need to know how or why or what's going on. Let's say you don't. If you would happen to know a way, could you get the contacts to check in somehow?
Well, sure, I could just ask someone. I don't know what all you think I get up to.
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying you know people.
We know what she gets up to.
Okay, so when we were in Gaiatel, did we see a conic who would have matched this description when we were there?
Generally, maybe at some point over the years, but like not within the sessions. No, there are
Okay.
conics who have like metallic scales, although they are rarer as a rule. Most Dracona in Vesir are of the chromatic variety. It's pretty rare to see a metallic.
Oh, interesting.
I was gonna say, because we saw there was really just that one pointed out to us, right? Who hates us,
Yeah, correct.
and this wouldn't be them. So, okay.
You're right. Yeah, no, he was a blue conic.
Sapphire scales.
All right, sure. I'll ask around a bit.
Thank you, Morella. Appreciate it. Let me know if you need payment or,
Although I should tell you, the person I spoke to before in the city, I haven't been able to get a hold of him since Red Dawn started attacking places. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
That's not great news.
But there are
But-
plenty of Fungrel and Gaiatel who I could ask around.
I appreciate. Let me know if I can do something. Anyway, we should
Yeah, it'll be
probably.
10 handfuls of gold.
Is Morella smiling as she's saying that, or
She is. She's not looking at you because she doesn't want you to notice. But yeah, she's.
like, that is such an absurd amount of money, right? That like a guard could never have that.
Speaking
I don't
of
think
10
we even know anymore
handfuls of-
because we removed handfuls.
We did, but speaking of 10 handfuls of gold, sorry, not to interrupt too much, but as you guys all left Good earlier on your way over here, you were stopped by the remaining guards of Jen's attaché retinue and handed very quietly a heavy pouch each, amounting to, in fact, 100 gold apiece.
Which would be the 10 handfuls.
Indeed.
That's a bunch of gold.
It was remarkably accurate. Bailu, you're given 2 with the just a muttered tambid.
Okay.
10 handfuls? That's Is Morella hiding it at all that she's teasing, basically, I guess is the question.
Not really.
Okay. So I'll play along then a bit. 10 handfuls, just trying to steal whatever money I managed to save up.
Oh, you'll get more, I'm sure. And Jen's gonna be feeding your orphans, so.
Oh, you wound me. How about a drink? Or I'll cook for you.
All right. Start with the meal though, because I can't do that myself.
The cooking?
Yeah, you don't want me in a kitchen.
Got it. Noted. Any preference?
No? Surprise me.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Uh-huh. You know, Tormund, you don't have the straightest type, huh? You're a little shady.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
I'm sure I...
You're alright having a patron, right? You kept your spices on you back at the prison in Gaiatel. That was an interesting move.
You would not
You
take
know, we were supposed
religious
to
artifacts
surrender
away
our
from
weapons.
someone, would you?
I might.
I am shocked, I say. Shocked.
And now you're gonna give me 10 handfuls of gold to go networking around the city?
I'm going to give you a good meal. I thought we had agreed upon. And a drink.
10 handfuls of gold. Yeah.
Sure, if it were done by a chef in a fancy restaurant, it would be worth 10 gold. Let me make you a
fine.
tiny plate with like 3 little things on there, and I'll tell you it's worth 10 gold. How's that sound?
Okay, how about a lot of tiny plates that over time they add up to being that much gold?
You just want me to cook for you as long as we're on this adventure together, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I've been eating string cheese for days.
I have been cooking.
Garu makes a very indignant noise in the back of the...
Yeah. Both Garu and Tormund are like...
You know Tambid stole most of our food.
All right. I'll make a stop by the store, get some more spices.
So Talia looks to Belu and says, "So then I made his belt disappear and his pants fell down."
It is impressive as a feat, however, possibly not the best choice.
It was funny though.
Yes, but diplomats do not take kindly to surprise magic which is performed on them, I would imagine.
You're probably not wrong, but he still thinks it was my cousin.
I do not believe that makes it right. It just means that you are not being blamed for it.
Granny would say that maybe it's not right, but it is, so...
I do not know your grandmother personally. I've only know her by reputation.
I'd be
By
impressed if you did.
reputation. Well, yes, I mean, that is a good story. Did I tell you about the time that the man had a large infection on his leg, and I was able to cure it using a nearby herb that was growing in the forest? It only took about 2 months to clear up fully. It is less impressive.
That's
as a
neat, but it's
magical
really
feat.
boring.
I mean,
What kind of herb was it?
oh, it was it is square root called the Laxan herb. The Laxam is a type of 5-leafed vine that grows in certain forests, and he just happened to be, this town was nearby to that forest. We were able to get him patched up in almost no time.
Lucky him, huh? 2 months is not no time, Belu. How long is it going to take me to get me home?
Oh, no time.
Hmm.
No, if you wish to go a bit faster, we can. I also have the ability to heal a bit quicker. Just he caught me on a day when I was not expecting him to come and see me, so I had already used a great deal of what I was capable of expending at that point.
Do we walk back in at this time?
Yeah, I assume you guys were
Yeah.
not that far off.
Bilu also healed a ballista hole in a person in about a day, so
I did, yes.
Well, that's cool.
Yes, it was a different level of injured, for sure. Required a bit more immediate attention. If you had wanted to, you
Why
could
didn't the
have.
priest helped?
Well, some of the Orthodox Falconers priests are better than others at healing.
some of them
All right.
just care about money.
Some of them are better than others at healing. I believe the ones who are better at it tend to be more willing to assist.
47% of Grandsolans think money is the most important thing.
Is this one of these things that they teach you when you are growing up as a diplomat child?
Yes.
I see.
Also had a lie.
I see. Probably quite important for political futures. However, I believe we can get you back home fairly quickly. Again, once we make it around the mountains, it will be just a few days through the forests.
Okay.
You'll have to camp a few times, so we will need supplies.
She looks at you and to Tormund and Marilla, and she just kind of smiles and I'll let you guys figure it out. I'm gonna go play with the dog.
Okay.
And she runs outside to pet Butter.
Does Tormund think she's overselling it on purpose to make us want to help her?
You're selling what?
The hyperness, the child, like the I don't want to say childishness, but like a little bit like the
Feel free to roll instinct if that is something that Tormund wants to look into.
I was gonna ask, don't know if I wrote down how old she is, or do we know exactly how old?
23.
How old is that in halfling years?
23.
22 and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 1-to-1, but it's close enough that
Not like gnomes that live.
I think they'll live
Human
longer as a rule, but they don't mature at a slower rate. So.
21 hope this time.
What was that? Sorry.
21 with hope.
21 with
Your
hope.
camera is I don't know about your internet connection.
Yeah, apologies, guys. Not a whole
it's
lot
just
I can
focusing, that's
do
fine.
to control. Which
For
I
drama.
mean to say, damn, Tom, I can't control the weather.
You just put some wax on his camera.
That is something she would do. 21 with hope. Obviously, he's going to be a success. She is absolutely putting on a face. But I don't think it's what you think. She is very clearly strained, very clearly stressed out in multiple different ways, not to mention physically exhausted. And she is trying to put on the face that she thinks she needs to in this moment for the people
Like a
around
brave
her.
face instead.
Correct. She is trying just to be a cheerful presence here.
I see.
Baloo's going to position himself in a seat at that table that can kind of look out the window and just kind of keep an eye on her.
As you do so, you notice Sir Castor seems to have roused, and he has switched to drinking a bit of coffee, and he's doing something very similar from the bar.
Okay. So we must plan our trip to Gunsa.
I
Believe
guess
it's-
so.
Best to not go directly over the mountains. And possibly best to not go down the river for too long. We could just use the river to get around the mountains and then go through the forest themselves, but that presents its own set of challenges.
The last time we were on the river,
Yes, it did not go very well.
I mean, it went well enough. We outran them. It required quite a bit of effort from everyone involved, I believe.
Yes. It would be difficult to try and repeat that feat, I believe. Believe if we can. Go ahead.
We could go below. If we're worried about people up here, I don't know the situation down there though.
What do you mean go below?
You know, they're the fungal colonies, the tunnels. Below, the roots.
Oh,
The mycelia.
I cannot say I have ever traveled that way before.
Is it safe?
Well, I've never used it going to Grand Soul, but maybe less dangerous than getting chased down a river.
It would be territory that is unfamiliar to most everyone except perhaps you.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So we would be reliant on you to guide us where we were going. And we would not know necessarily what to look for if something was wrong.
That's true. I could take you over to Limios for all you know.
I do not question your ability to lead us to Grudges correctly. It would just be all of the responsibility would be on your shoulders instead of a shared responsibility the other way. If you are fine with that, yeah, I'm happy to attempt.
Garu comes by and drops off a platter of drinks for the table. You're in Lemios now, and goes back to the bar.
Ah, damn it. It's
mean,
even
this is-
longer.
We are technically in Lemios, but it is just a small section, not a real
The
place.
Limios below Limios, it's a little different, okay?
It is not. No one considers it to be proper Lemios.
He's just making me look bad, that's all.
It's very pedantic.
But he has some good spices.
Yes. You will have to ask if you can take some with you on the way. We will need to get provisions. We will need to get camping supplies. It will be a few days journey, at least. So, but for now, I believe we can just relax for a bit today. Be
Indeed.
glad that we are safe.
I have a question for the party before you start relaxing.
Yes, we will take a real rest this time.
No, I don't care. Are any of these questions that you guys would like to offer up to the audience?
Oh,
Oh.
I assumed we were gonna ask like
Good idea.
the final choice would go to them.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do we want to do this before the break, actually? Probably.
Up to you. We
Do
can
we
come
wanna
back
let
on
the
it, or
notes
you can do it now.
Coming. Let's
The
come
break
back
is
on.
certainly coming.
Give us
Okay.
some time to write out the options.
Then yeah, let's take our break here. Let us go ahead and take 15. Everybody, thank you so much for your time and attention so far, and we'll be back with more for you soon. Thanks. And welcome back to the Veil of Vesir. We are Mimic Decision, and we'll be back to our game in just a moment. Just a reminder, of course, if you want to check out our previous videos, youtube.com/@mimicdecision. You can get all of our backlog of the Veil of Vesir and any other sessions, one-shots, or miniseries we have out there, as well as check out our weekly polls. Get a chance to be involved outside of session. And if you want to catch us live, twitch.tv/mimicdecision, 5:30 every Wednesday. 5:30 Pacific, that is. So when we left, our party was planning out their next big move. And by that, I mean they were getting ready to ask all of you at home about their next big move. So why don't we start our second half off with some questions? If the party's ready
Yes.
for that.
Yeah, so we were discussing which route to take. And I believe 4 were mentioned. So we had the path over the mountains, which was going to take us over the mountains. You had the path down the river, which is going to be by boat for a good chunk of the way, for most of the way. When you are on the river, it would be a bit like being on a road, so you are somewhat exposed. And anything that wants to come and catch you on the river, you then have to disembark from a boat with your stuff, which can take a bit longer, unless you're thrown from the boat like we were last time. Path around the mountain and kind of through the forest. This would kind of take us on paths going through towns on the way. You could kind of bypass the mountain. You'd have to go down to the river basically and kind of come around the mountains through like a pass. But then you end up going through spend a lot of time, more time, I guess, in the forests of Gransol. And then there was another option presented to us, which would be the fungal network, which is underground. Which is
Yeah. So
something we have not
just
seen.
to give a moment of background on that, I think everything else is more or less self-explanatory. The roots, the fungal network that essentially cuts across the entirety of Vesir, has in it a kind of hollowed out section that is used for transit and transport largely by the fungal down there. It's kind of akin to the Underdark in other settings, but it's got its own feel, and it's not quite as hostile as a rook.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Which route would you like to see us take?
Let's hear it, chat. Guide us.
Or, punish the DM. Not the players. Be nice to the players.
Yes.
Always-
If you guys can figure out which of these is punishing me, hats off.
I think it would be like combining all of them.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna like
The least
start
efficient
on the
path,
mountain. Yeah.
I guess my-
sightseeing choice. Mm-hmm.
Try to cross the mountain, get blocked by Saruman's voice, and head to the mines.
I mean, going to towns or through towns, that would probably be punishing for you. So we'll meet so many
God.
NPCs.
True. Yeah.
Turns out
Unless
that
every
everybody...
town is deserted.
Path around the mountain to lead into town.
Every NPC
Yes,
has the same voice. It's a regional dialect.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
Harold.
when I'm tired of your shit and we're on the 13th town.
Hey, look, some of us have to stop to go more often. The bladder of the old is a little less resilient.
I almost chimed in about age when you guys were talking about age earlier, and I was going to say the real tell is how often he goes to the bathroom.
Yes. How many times does he have to wake up at night? Just more than one.
The answer here, Damon, is yes, it is racist to assume Morella is knowledgeable about the fungal network, because not every fungal is as knowledgeable as some are. Morella, however, I think it would be fair if you wanted to tell us about what your, thoughts or knowledge on it are, if that's relevant to the chat.
Well, I mean, even if a fungal hasn't been down there, which Morella was born there, she is from there, but primarily has lived on the surface as a choice. You still, or I guess most fungal, because we did meet an NPC who was not connected to the network, but most of them are connected enough to the network that they can probably navigate the paths down there pretty well. Just as like, that's what they are.
Mm-hmm. A fungal who is connected to the fungal network, which is nearly all of them, of course, cannot get fully lost in the roots. They can sense the paths. That said, the experience of knowing how to traverse them and what the dangers and tricks of it are, that is something that is less available that way.
Yeah, and there is the whole like, I don't think we would be specifically down the path that was being attacked above, but there is something going on that we don't know actually.
Correct. The Red Dawn does appear to be doing something related to the roots. That's accurate, and it looks like we have. Thank you, Mullet. It looks like we have convinced them that the fungal network sounds interesting. I wasn't trying to do that at all. Gosh.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
And now we all die crushed underground.
Rocks
Yes.
fall, everyone dies, campaign over. We're going back to D&D, guys. No, I'm kidding. I like this.
Did we not mention
We
all
are-
the mining accidents down there and everything?
Weird
So-
gray dwarves. It's kind of a strange thing.
Spoilers, Mullet. Spoilers. Keep an eye out for another campaign down the road, guys. Yeah, so it looks like we are solidly locked into the roots. That is exciting.
Again, not sure I like it when a DM's that excited.
Yeah.
It's just a new
And
setting.
I already tried to split the party in half and failed, so now I gotta have some fun here.
Well, it worked for a bit.
Yeah. Oh, did you want us to split up here?
Yeah, I was trying.
Oh, I didn't even catch
Yeah,
that,
and-
honestly.
That letter to Tom, I was hoping would light a fire.
Oh,
Just a little above the table stuff for anybody who might be curious
Oh, I
about what's
see.
happening behind everything.
well, the
Like
kid
he'd
didn't
go
use the
rushing
real
back to
danger
the
pass
city?
code.
I thought he might.
If I hadn't had a way to contact, like to try something, probably. But you know,
That's fair, and it's good. It's nice to hear the rationale behind the decisions, especially the ones that we don't hand off to the chat. But okay, so the
Yeah,
roots.
I've been thinking, like, would Azalea want to rush back? Because Speaks Rock is kind of on
These
the way
rock
back.
is also. Mhm.
Something I keep meaning to bring up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Josh what Azalea's thinking when he's back next time, because I am also curious on that front. That has to be a call on some level to the to Azalea, or at least I would think so. But yeah, so you guys have a path. Turn that into a plan, please.
First, we sleep.
well, first some of us repair our armor this afternoon.
Yeah, you can't rush plans.
Yeah, can we do a short rest in the afternoon and then a long rest in the evening? Because I've got a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Is that a thing?
What?
How old is Bailey? He needs like midday naps and then like going to bed early. And
No. It's just like
Ayla
I've
is
got.
75.
So we get to do 2 things on the long rest, and I need 3 things done. I need 3
Making
things
money.
fixed.
well, someone could help you maybe with the third thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. No.
I'm going to say
Considering how
no, you
big-
can't take a back-to-back long and short rest.
Okay.
I think back-to-back
Can't take a
resting
nap before you go to sleep.
as a whole, I think thematically doesn't work great, and mechanically seems exploitative. So we will skirt away from that.
See, Damon in chat has pointed out that the midday.
Oh, the
nap is
midday nap
underrated.
is delightful, and I swear by it when I can fit it in, which was not today. But
I napped today. It was
I'm proud
nice.
of you. That sounds lovely. I wish I could have. But for story purposes, you are not sleeping and then napping. Or I should say, if you wanted to take 2 long rests back to back, I wouldn't stop you. Just you'd have to be, aware that time is moving.
Well, all right. Let's plan this out then.
I have a question.
Is there someone in? Oh, go ahead.
How many short rests can we take in between taking a long rest?
I don't have a strict
know if
limit
you've
as long,
ever
as long
said-
as it makes sense. If
Okay.
somebody can correct me and tell me that there is a rule about that in Daggerheart, then
A rule about what?
how many short rests you can have between long rests. Then we
see.
can talk about it. And if down the road we want to institute one, we'll talk about that. Chat, maybe you can help us figure that out. But for the moment, I'm not going to do that.
Because my sheet keeps track of the short rests, and then I'm like, is there
Okay.
a reason it's doing that? Is there a rule? I don't know.
Interesting. Maybe there is. So we're not going to stop the whole thing to figure that out right now. But if anybody has any insight into that, feel free to let us know. And if not, I'll do my own research after the session.
Hey, Garu,
Mm.
do you know anybody who could kind of fix this kind of overnight? I point at my armor.
Yeah, all right. Leave it behind the bar.
How much?
Do it for gold.
Oh, you're doing it. Awesome. And the spices were 5 gold, right? That he was selling, like his really expensive spices.
Hmm.
I'll drop 6. seem to have come in a bit of money. I'd like some spices also, please.
All right. And he goes back and gets a pouch of very fragrant spices. There's a lot of very powerful ones in here that are they're packaged well separately, as you can kind of go through and get a sense of what's there. There's some ones with some nice spicy elements, some very savory ones. You'll get some good uses out of them, and they're fresh, well taken care of. I'm not naming them because I do not want to constrain myself to actual spices, and I haven't made up all the other ones yet. But
It's
Yeah.
it's just
the 6 gold is taken instantly, and he passes over the spices and take care of the armor knight.
thank you, Garo.
Moo.
Because he's a furbolg.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
wait, what?
I was like, what?
I was wondering if you guys were all going to let that go.
Well, I was like, maybe it was just a thing. Maybe he was being racist towards the turtle and didn't know what turtles sound like. I don't know.
Wait, what do
That's
turtles
weird.
sound like?
Depends on what kind of teeth
Like
they
me,
have.
obviously. Like
Well, that's racist.
Might-
You are not a
sound-
monolith.
They sound
vaguely
vaguely
European.
European.
right.
Yes.
There's no lore. They all sound vaguely
I don't
European.
even want to get into how I've tried to bend my head to make lore fit the accents for where you guys are from.
Yeah.
Like I've got French down in Gransel, but I've also got like Texas Southern in Northern Gransel, and then we've got and this was completely unrelated to anything else. We've got Creole over in Coyatel, so
Hmm.
We should go there.
sure should.
Good food. Prime seasoning would be happy.
Yes.
Does that make Bailu a Galapa?
No, Melu is quite like firmly from Gransel. He's from the countryside of Gransel, where the farmers are.
Belu cannot be a
sound like that
Galapa
then.
because he cannot do that smile. That like really wide, mouth closed turtle smile.
He can only
No.
do the big sad eyes.
Belu. Before you go, I'll take care of your wounds tonight.
Oh. I was
Yeah, he
thinking-
will.
Garo, really?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was cleaning your armor.
I see. But I'm going to go to this general store and see if I can find another, perhaps a secondary pouch where I can hide other herbs for medicinal purposes. I imagine there would be quite a bit along the fungal network that I have not seen before. It would be nice to have a place to keep them away from my known supplies. This could be a nice adventure.
I seem to have volunteered to be cooking at least for Morella on this trip.
It would
So-
not be wise while we are down there to make cream of mushroom soup. I believe that might be a bit inappropriate. And
Actually,
he's going to turn and walk away.
Morella. This has
Don't
the
make cream
possibility
of
of
mushroom soup down there.
this has the possibility of being extremely offensive. Do fungrels eat mushrooms?
I'm going to bed.
But how am I supposed to make food for you? I don't know what you like.
I'll shake my head and walk away.
Morella, come back.
Strike one. For the record, the answer is some do, but it's a personal choice. Also, like it's all there is to eat down there.
How do you cook for someone who won't tell you what they like?
Yes.
Yeah. Like at least soldiers just eat whatever you put in front of them.
Most people do if they're hungry enough.
I'll go to the store also to just buy some food, but I think we can just skip that a bit.
Sure. Anything you guys need to knock out at the store, or?
Baylor's just gonna try and pick up as many now that he's got money. He's gonna pay for the well, because he doesn't usually
For the herbs that
He's
she
gonna
gave you before.
pay for the herbs that she gave me before,
Mhm.
and then he's going to see what else that might be useful in that sort of capacity, and then pick up a couple of items for like camping supplies or something that would make because he knows what the multi-day trips on foot are like. He does them pretty often, and he also knows that Turman is more used to being in the city, and that Talia probably is not used to doing this kind of thing at all. So he's kind of looking for items that can maybe make that experience a little more comfortable for both of them. That makes sense. So basically, some things that would take like hardcore camping to like maybe like a low-key glamping in a way, just to add a bit of creature comfort.
Can I hear
Well,
Bailu say that?
Which?
The glamping part, please.
Oh, maybe. Shit. I would like to
No.
From low-key from hardcore camping to low-key glamping.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Sorry.
Grand accent.
I do actually have a question for one of you, as you think about how you're planning all this and any supplies that you may need. Don't forget you have Grell and Kiln as resources for this part as well if needed. But Morella, you are the guide here. You sort of have to be. So my question for you is, which way to the entrance?
Which way to the entrance?
Sure.
What
There's
do you
lots
mean?
of ways into the routes. How are you going to take them?
I think I need to reference a map. I have my fungal lore up. But in this area, I'm not sure I have a specific place we go in. No, they're like all over.
Yeah, up to you. If you want, if not, I'll take. I can roll with that. I just wanted to give you the option.
Well, do you mean in a specific way, like, or just north or south, left or right,
Just anything, any of the
up or down?
cardinal
Probably down.
any direction will work except really south, because that's going to get you to the river like right away. But like just what feels good to Morella. How it doesn't make at this point, like no matter which direction you go, doesn't really matter. It won't make a noticeable difference to the overall trip length. It's just going to take you a little time to get into the routes. It is, in fact, probably about a 3-day trip from where you guys are now to get down into the routes proper.
Yeah, because we don't want to go in. We don't want to go to the river. Probably.
Right.
Right. We're afraid of rivers now. Let's say north.
Okay.
That's the direction.
Okay. Then, in fact, you didn't mention at the time, because why would you? But the the tunnel that you guys went through on the way to following up the bandits, you recognize around the midpoint of it, there's a gap. It's not a very wide one, and in the darkness, most people miss it. But if you squeeze through it and follow the path for another day or so, it'll slowly wend its way down until it opens up into, in fact, the roots. These are of the section of roots known as the Aklam Alley, because they branch from Aklam out into the edges of Groundsel.
That does sound like something I would not mention, but would know.
Indeed.
Does that mean you're taking us back past the Goblin Village again? And the remaining of Talia's caravan?
Well, it depends where they set up, you know? I am also familiar with the Auckland area, so that is a good choice.
Yeah, so you're not coming down like close to Auckland itself, but this particular section of the routes does connect to it. If you were to follow it back inland, you'll be going away from it at first, at least. Nonetheless, I think you guys have a moment, or you have time to collect your things, collect your thoughts, get your plan, and take your long rest. So let's knock the long rest out of the way. What's everybody doing?
Healing
Okay.
myself and Belu.
Well, thank you. Well, in that case, I'm going to clear stress by sleeping, and then repair armor.
So
And
Bailey takes some
I'm
time.
going to say that
Go ahead.
part of my stress clearing
Mhm.
is to do something that I like to do that calms me down. Usually I do it around a small fire when I'm camping by myself in the evenings between towns. And I'm going to whittle some wood.
Will you tell us what you're whittling?
It always ends up being kind of the same thing. It starts off with just kind of whittling wood, and then before Belu kind of realizes it, he's made another small animal. It just kind of seems to happen.
Sure.
But that is his stress clearing.
Belu whittles and works on his armor, repairing it, patching it, bringing its integrity back, while Tormund goes to work on their bodies, healing both magically and physically, I would presume. How about you, Morella?
Sorry. Damn it, Tim. He knows what he did.
I didn't do a thing. I've been sitting here the whole time.
I will be tending to wounds because I am injured. And it's like someone didn't take enough hits for me. I don't know. And repairing armor.
Okay. Anything about either of those processes you want to share? No need, just curious.
They're pretty boring. I might just be showing Talia like, ooh, look at this one. You think that'll scar kind of thing.
Oh, that's really cool. She is in complete. She's completely wrapped in rapt attention. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Sorry, brain. It's been a long day, guys. Yeah. So the rest passes. Oh, what am I saying? No, it doesn't. I spent some fear, so I get some back.
So it's a long rest, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm taking 2 fear because that's all I got room for.
It's kind of scary.
I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
we
talking
tend to
about.
load him up in this campaign.
You guys are just going down into the underground. What can I do to you there? The day passes, the night
Caitlin.
passes. Does anybody have any business they would need to deal with in Lindholm before we move on? Because otherwise, there's a journey that I'm going to speed you a little bit along.
Yeah, I think
Go forth.
Belu would.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
Do you both have something to do? Because I think I want to do
Yeah.
Tormund's first.
I would like to, in the morning, talk to Morella and like kind of see if she's managed to contact anyone, as I'm, starting to become a little nervous.
I was just thinking that I guess I should have done that.
That's how I live out half my life. So
So no, you haven't.
No, I was stopping all the bleeding and all that.
Do we still have Jen's water?
What do you need her water for? Here, I'll do it now. I got nothing better to do, you know, not planning a trip or anything.
Tormund's starting to be a little bit agitated. So yes, please, thank
I'm
you.
gonna glare at him in a very exaggerated way, and I will
He completely misses
stick
it
my
with how stressed he
toesies
is.
in the ground. And I will
Okay.
try to fungal network.
sure. Remind me. I'm sorry. Is there a roll attached to that?
Yes, it says make an instinct roll to use your array to speak with others of your ancestry. On a success, you can communicate across any distance.
Okay. Is the
So,
difficulty set for you?
yes, it's a 12.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's very. Yeah. So then go ahead. Make your roll.
Okay, that is 13 with hope.
I was absolutely ready to throw some prayer dice with that one.
That is obviously
So for their
just barely a
praying, please
success,
work,
but a
please work.
success.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
Who are you looking for?
My first thought was Bon Carlo. I couldn't find him last time. But he is the last person I know of who was in the city. Who I know, like, very well. That would be easier to find.
Sure. Yeah, familiarity helps the process. You reach out. Don Carlo is kind of ever present in Gaetel, at least as far as you're concerned. He's got his hands in a lot of different things. Not all of them are particularly successful, but he's always trying. God bless him. God's bless him, as it were. Sorry. And as you reach out, you find that your consciousness seems to brush against him, but it seems almost strained at first. But a moment later, it connects, and you feel, Marilla. Bloody hell! It's been too long. How have you been doing?
I think it's only been a couple days.
Oh yeah, but you were, on the run and all that.
I always a little bit on the run,
Don't.
except when I'm not.
Don't be cute with me, Marilla. I know, you can't help it. Haha. What do you need?
Alright, this is a little odd. I'm looking for someone who's in the city. Maybe around where they shouldn't be in the city?
Oh, that's quite a lot of people that I know, but maybe a bit more information?
Tormund, are you around? What are you doing?
I'm right next to Morella.
The hell is a
Alright,
Tormund?
great. It's some Galapa. What area are your kids in?
Oh, help.
Give me the
Yeah.
exact address right now.
GM help.
Yeah, give me a moment. I'm pulling that up
Yeah.
for you.
Just realizing I don't know how to direct you to look for this person.
Yeah. So the kids tend to spend their time in the Wedge, which is kind of a mix between a commercial district and a red light district, depending on which part of it you're in. And it tends sort of the seedier side. It's also got a lot of like casinos and nightlife. Good begging as a rule, if you know how to do it.
Okay. So we're looking for a conic. Wears very shiny armor, or his
He has
scales
very
are very shiny.
scales, and he covers
All right,
them.
his scales are shiny.
How the hell am I supposed to
Thank you,
find out if he
Tormund.
has shiny scales if he's wearing armor?
I don't know. Take the armor off. It's
Yeah, fine. I'll
You know, the
charm every
wedge.
conic I see.
Yeah. Anyway, he's around the wedge, and how am I describing this, Tormund? What's the problem here?
He's bothering some orphans. Politely, as far as I can tell. They don't seem to be under duress. But, well,
He's
I don't think there's another way of saying this, but asking for when I'll be back, which is the most polite way of threatening using hostages that I've...
there is very possibly an armored conic
Right.
threatening to take care of some kids for a friend of mine.
Well, that's not all right then.
What?
All right.
Do I hear this at all? Or is it like it?
Can't hear him now.
Okay.
Threatening to take care of kids. All right. In the wedge, I'll look
Well,
into
he's
it.
keeping
I
an
suppose.
eye on him, and he's not
Oh,
usually
dastardly.
around there. It's a little strange. I know.
Daycare
He's probably
is
giving him money and everything.
Oh gosh, I hope he's not feeding them too.
Anyway,
Yeah,
he's wanting to know when
I'll-
my friend's coming back into town.
I'll take a look, but
It's a
given
whole
the
thing.
whole conic scales are under the armor and etc. hiding, perhaps what do the kids look like?
Well, those I can give pretty good descriptions of, right? Like, I do.
They're probably pretty short.
Oh, Morella, never change. Unless you really want to. Well, all right. I'll go take a look into that. Reach back out to you soon. Will you be reachable? You haven't been the
Yeah,
entire
maybe
time.
more so than usual.
You don't say. All right. Well, as soon as I have something, I'll let you know. I suppose. Assuming the conic doesn't kill me.
I was gonna say,
You think
be
that's
careful,
likely?
but he's just got armor, not a weapon.
You
He might
you-
adopt
you-
you. It sounds like.
you can feel his expression through the. All right. Now let's try not to get stabbed in the process, but I'll do what I can.
And I feel like I should ask, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Why?
I tried to get through
Your
to
boss
you
is looking
before.
for you, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I told him I didn't know where you were.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other. Yeah, I'll deal with that.
All right then. Take care, Morella.
I should be back soon, really.
I'll hold you to that. Here, what? Irish and Southern here. I apologize.
Okay, you're supposed to be British, and then
I know.
it all flopped. But he got really hungover, and then
British, Irish.
Everything
What's
changed.
the difference? How you really insult two countries at once?
It's islands. One from an island sounds the same.
It's all vaguely European. Sorry, Morella. What was that?
I don't know.
Sorry.
It's all vaguely UK, Britishish.
I'm just thinking she doesn't want to discuss that subject with Tormund standing there.
I mean,
Can
so
Tormund hear
to be
what
clear,
she's
the
gonna
conversation
say?
is not out loud.
He can't, but she doesn't. I mean, it's
Okay.
weird. Like,
Yeah, it's fair.
Remembering.
I get that. I get that. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from on that. Yeah. Anything else, Morella?
no.
All right. Tormund, does that resolve your errand? Bless you.
Thank you. I was muted, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Does that resolve your errand, though? Tom.
Yes. Well,
Anything
so
else for
Morella,
Tormund
any
to do?
news?
Okay.
Not yet. They're looking into it. Hopefully not going to get stabbed by the conic.
Oh, thank you. I know. I considering how he contacted me, I don't think he's in the purpose of stabbing people immediately. And the purpose in the I don't think it's his first arrow in his quiver. That's an expression, right? Let's go with that one. That's his first arrow in his quiver.
Let us move along to Belu, who I believe has something to deal with before he leaves town as well.
Yes. He's going to do his sort of leaving town ritual. He's going to go to the Orthodox Falconist Temple and we'll go in and kind of find a spot towards the back where you can kind of take a seat.
Unlike your last visit, there is no hiding from Father Dutier, who makes his way towards you as you visit, offering plate in hand and smile plastered over his face as he comes in. Ah, good sir, good sir. It's so good to see you. Perhaps some good fortune can benefit the church as well.
Belu will look around and kind of, he'll take a gold coin out of his pocket and put it in the plate.
He looks at it and kind of there's a sour look that crosses his face, but it's very quickly replaced by the smile again. And he just says, "Thank you, sir. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to leave me a note." And he makes his way back to the altar and busies himself, or at least pretends to busy himself, away from you.
Belu will kind of find a spot towards the back. He'll sit in the pew and just kind of inhale, look around, kind of get a look at the temple, and then just kind of close his eyes and kind of start. He's actually going to start talking to his wife, who is not, physically there, just. Yeah, Celestero, I am going to be leaving town again soon. Just kind of go into his whole spiel that he normally does when he's kind of going. Then once he kind of finishes, he just takes some time to sit there in the back and just kind of collect his thoughts.
And as he does so, a thought inserts itself into the back of his mind, as it does sometimes. The thought has kind of a raspy voice. It still sounds like Belu when he thinks it, but it's strained. And it's just, you haven't seen it yet, but he deserves it.
And he's just kind of going to sit there. He'll rub his temples and sit there and just, again, really just kind of collect his thoughts and kind of push it down and back away.
And at that, we will leave Belu with his thoughts in the temple, with his private moment with his wife. And in fact, unless anybody has need to stop me at this point, we will, in fact, move forward. We will leave Lindholm behind. The next stage of the journey rising up for our party as they make their way north along a very familiar path. A small cart was lent to the group for Talia's convenience. She is currently riding atop it with Sir Castor leading the mule that you were lent from those in Lindholm. It's not much, but I think all of you honestly have enough awareness of the world around you to know that this was a pretty pricey thing for a town of this size to pass up. Even as espionage-ly inundated as Lindholm is, it's still a poor rural area at the end of the day. But nonetheless, Talia is riding comfortably alongside Sir Castor, and you make your way north up the path. And you're maybe 10 minutes north of the town limits, which is the town center as well, generally speaking, when we define Lindholm. When you hear a sound of sounds like picks on stone, ting, 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 kind of a rhythmic ting, 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 and a moment later, as the sound of the that rhythmic picking catches you, it is joined a moment later by the sound of voices raised in song once again. Goblin homes are on the rise, build it down, our hidden prize. Goblin homes go very deep, for our secrets ours to keep. It is not long after that you see the group of goblins that you had met previously digging holes into the ground. Again, you're about 10 minutes north of Lindholm. And as they see you guys approaching, hear you approaching, because you're not that stealthy with a mule and a cart, Bolum runs over and says, "Dad, boss! We're building homes!"
It is very good. How's the progress on the building of the homes?
It's good. It's like stabbing the dirt.
Yes, it's a much more productive version of stabbing. It is,
We're going to build goblin towers. Those go underground.
It's a much harder version, Billy.
I see. No, it is much better. Is you can see it's much more productive for them
My
than
hands
stabbing.
hurt. My arms hurt.
Well, that is good. It is a good day's work. You will get used to it, and it will make you stronger.
That's what Doyle used to say.
Yes, well, Doyle was correct.
Then he got stabbed.
That is true. He did not dig enough.
His eyes narrow, trying to think through that one. Okay, boss, you're smart.
I'm quite wise.
Anything you want us to do while you're gone? It looks like you're leaving.
Continue
Coming
to
back, right?
Yeah, of course. We will come back through at some point, I am sure. Continue to build your town, set up a thriving ecosystem. Play well with your neighbors. They will eventually want to trade with you. At some point, you will have something that they want. They will have something you want. You can trade with them.
Is that like with a knife?
No. No, you will just speak to them kindly, and they will speak kindly back.
Not sure I believe that second part, boss.
I've met the people of the town. They are quite different to some of the other small towns.
All right. All right.
But for now, keep yourselves safe and hidden, and you will do well.
Okay. Safe trip, everybody. Say bye to. And the goblins, as one, say bye, boss daddy.
You can just call me Beru.
They continue their digging song as they disappear, mining down into the ground. The group continues the journey for a moment, and the only real hitch on the way to that gap in the tunnel is when you come across the scene of the attack. Sir Castor and Talia both seem caught up as you approach. Then the cart comes to a stop.
Do you need a minute?
The bodies are gone. The carts are gone. The goblins were very efficient at whatever they did here. But there are still bloodstains on the ground. And, you can tell that both of your guests are kind of reliving that for a moment.
Good. Well, am I assuming that we will not be able to fit the cart and the mule into the space into the fungal network?
Not unless you can fold it up and put it in your pocket.
I do not believe this is that type of cart.
And yeah, we'll have to leave the comforts behind.
Alright, I have bought a few other things that might help. a tent and a few sleeping rows that are a bit more padded than they are normally are. Going to, at this point, see if I'm assuming Kiln and Grell have come with us.
Yes, Grell and Kiln are kind of shadowing you guys at the rear of the procession, largely. Keep eyes flickering around and being generally observant for the rest of you if you're not. But even if you are, they're still being very observant.
Okay.
Like solid, like
At this point, I believe it would be nice if one of you would take the mule and the cart back to Linton, give it back to the people there.
Gosh,
And
Belu, we know what we're doing. Zine will be coming by to get it.
Okay.
it's
should
been
have-
a very short amount of time. What is like from professionals' opinion of like how they're the two people with us are behaving?
They're both clearly well trained. I think you can tell that. Their eyes are constantly on the move as you guys are moving, flickering back and forth between Talia at the center and the edges behind. They are definitely going about their job with dedication. You can tell that Grell does have a bit of a temper, and she is quick to take offense to the stray comment here and there. Kiln, on the other hand, is dead stone cold. He has not talked much. He seems to go about his job, and beyond that, he doesn't. At least with the rest of you, has not opened up. He's a larger man, very broad of shoulder, just kind of quiet. Grell is on the smaller side, agile, dangerous. She wields 2 full-size longswords along her back, which is odd.
And they're humans?
Yes, they are both human.
If Ormond had to size them up, how trained would they look compared to him? Like, if he saw soldiers like that. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's...
Yeah, let's leave this up to the dice a little bit. I need a roll. Let's call it a knowledge roll.
Not instinct again?
Nope.
It feels like soldier's instinct at this point.
We're seeing how much a soldier's instinct you've learned so far as a guard in Gaetel.
Can
So
I
you're
use my
analyzing comprehend?
experience, veteran of the front line?
Certainly.
That? $16, 18 with fear.
Yeah, no, I don't have room for that, so lucky you. Yeah, so you can tell at a glance that both of these individuals had training that exceeds what you have. Grell's on the young side. She doesn't have as much experience certainly as you do. Kiln looks like he might be about your age. A little older, a little gray coming in. But they both are clearly in excellent shape, and you can tell from the way they move, the way they walk around, the way they stand even, that they definitely know what they're doing, and probably more than you do when it comes to purely martial concerns.
Mm-hmm. So, like, clearly on the level to be bodyguards, like
Yeah,
trusted
these are people
bodyguards.
who are being paid by nobles specifically for their services in violence.
And trusted enough to be like one of the 4 bodyguards.
Correct.
Like, yeah.
Mhm.
I just want to get
Yeah.
Tormund.
So these guys are not. They're not the heaviest of hitters, but they are certainly no slouches. Neither one of them has any indication that they are skilled with magic of any sort. They both appear to be just mundanely trained, but well done at that.
Okay.
I believe it is best if we continue moving. We have quite a journey ahead of us.
Rousing.
Sarcastic. Are you prepared?
He looks down at Talia, who is still kind of, stupor, and he just kind of very gently puts a hand on her shoulder and gives it a little shake. And Lady Talia. Oh, yeah. We're ready. We'll leave the cart here, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay. She looks around, and you see her eyes focus on that corner where you found the bodies of her retinue when you first came through. But she doesn't say anything. She walks first into the tunnel. A little quicker than, would seem normal, but away she goes.
Okay.
And I will hurry up to get ahead of her. Because why is she going first?
As you catch up, she looks at you and seems a little embarrassed, and she seems grateful to be able to follow you. And so Morella takes the lead, as she must do in this case. It's about an hour's trip into the tunnel until you guys get to the center point of it, or close enough to it. Morella, you're following just this extra sense, this feeling like almost like a tether to this opening. Whenever you're closest to the roots, you always just sense the path that would get you there quickest, and this one is no different. You lead them to the gap in the wall, completely imperceptible without a light aimed at the right point, but you don't even need one. When you get there, you reach out, and your hand finds the gap, and you slide through it completely effortlessly. Most of the rest of the party, Talia aside, struggle a bit more. Grell also manages to slip through pretty easily, but everybody else scrapes and clanks and makes a bit of noise as they make their way through. But for long, all of you find yourself on the other side. The tunnel on this side is a little humid. It feels a little warm. It feels like there is a steady breeze of warm air pushing up towards you in the way you must go. The only way you can go. Morella leads you down. And Morella leads you down some more. Morella leads you down until you have no real choice but to stop and rest. This is a pretty straight shot, Morella, as far as paths into the route go. Once you've gotten into it, you understand that this path is just a spiral, almost straight down, to a point where it intersects with the Aklam branch. That said, that journey takes another 2 days beyond the first rest. You see the terrain of the cave you're in begin to change as you go deeper. At first, you start to see more mushrooms just kind of growing here and there. And then as you get deeper, more and more, and they start to glow, providing their own kind of natural light in light blues and pinks and pale greens mostly, just kind of spreading out. It's never so much light that you don't have to still strain your eyes to see, but it does mean that you're not constantly feeling like you're about to snap your neck in the darkness, if you don't have a light on, of course. The path continues. The mushroom foliage grows denser until finally, on that third day, your steps stop clanking against the stone. The hard push of the rock beneath your feet gives way to soft, warm, and almost bouncy mycelial layer. You find yourself standing in a tube, surrounded on all sides by what appears to be mushroom flesh. Tormund, you particularly notice, like somebody who has spent so much time in the kitchen cutting mushrooms, you feel you're inside the very things that you've cooked many, many times in the past. Morella, different fungal react to this differently. How is Morella with the roots these days?
It's like coming home. It's like a very familiar, it's kind of like a constant hug almost. Like you are so close to the roots where normally you have to like search to find them. And instead this is like, it's just a sense of belonging in this place.
These roots, this interconnected series of tubes, is in fact what facilitates the fungal ability to converse and trade information across really any distance on Vesir, at least. And it's a beautiful sight. As I said, it's warm, it's humid. You are, I think, constantly reminded that you are inside something alive. It's not breathing, but the way that the breezes sometimes cut through, it almost feels like it is. You almost feel like you're in the beating heart of the planet at this point as you have traveled down and down into these two paths, and you find yourself opening up into the Aklam branch, into this main tunnel, which runs about 30 feet across and about that high as well. It's almost a perfect circle. There is a smattering of bioluminescent fungi all around, adding light to the scene, but again, more like a dim twilight. Anything else will require you to bring your own light to the mix, and that may be exactly what you want to do, because no more than a few moments have passed while you have entered the roots, then you feel the ground start to rumble. Morella, your stomach does a backflip, and you instruct the party to move a little faster. The rumbling picks up. The ground shudders. Unlike in most caves, some of you might probably be a little weirded out by, as the cave shakes around you, there is no dust falling down. There are no rocks clattering. The tunnel is still, except for the fact that it's shaking in place, and that shaking is increasing in intensity. The rumble threatening to knock you from your own step if you're caught mid-step when it comes through. And you hear it at the edge of your hearing. The sound of something very large and not all that far away, roaring out. In pain, in anger, in hunger, it's unclear, but that is not the sound of a happy creature. Morella, there is a type of creature in the roots that all fungal know and do their best to avoid. It is colloquially referred to as a root lion.
You say root lion?
Yes.
Okay, a root lion.
Root lions are generally roughly the size of whatever tunnel they live in. They have massive jaws that allow them to burrow into the sides of tunnels and through things that they want to, and they tend to have very little regard for anything that might be in the tunnel that they're in the time. Also, they glow, and as you look back, you see a dim red glow from the tunnel seeming to creep toward your group at a rate faster than you guys are currently moving.
Morella?
The ground continues to shake.
Just gonna keep gesturing for you to go faster.
Like, faster, or faster, very, very faster?
How fast is faster?
Faster. Just move your little legs. Come on.
She is kind of hopping, sprinting, running, trying to keep up with you guys all now at this point. The ground continues to shake behind you. The glow intensifies, and soon you can tell that that is not a breeze that feels like the breath, but that is the hot breath of something behind you that is very energetically trying to catch up. And it's with
Is
a
there
roar.
somewhere?
There are a couple places ahead of you on the path where you could step out. It's going to be a run, though.
Okay. Kind of what I was wondering. Is there, off like the main tunnel way, like a spot?
Yeah,
I do have advantage on finding safe places to hide.
Okay.
So along that kind of thing, just so it could maybe pass us. I don't know if that would be helpful. If I would know if that would be helpful.
Yeah, you can definitely feel safe places ahead of you. And I think with your skill, you should be able to find the closest one. The real question is, can you get there in time? So
Can I get there or can Tormund get there?
we're going to start with you because you're leading the way.
Oh no, now I'm gonna fail.
Morella, would you roll me an agility check
Oh, why did I never put points in this?
as the root lion bears down on the back of the party? No pressure.
Oh gosh, no pressure. No, this is fine. I think it's fine. That is not great. That is a 9 with fear.
A 9 with fear. That's an interesting one. Could you write that down to make sure you don't forget it for when we come back next week?
Yes. 9 with
Thank you.
fear written down.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out and playing with us today. We'll be back hopefully next week with more Vesir for all of you. Until then, we can't wait to play again. Thanks.
Did you just need Morella to roll? for this
Yes.
one? Okay.
Yeah, because
For
I'm gonna
now.
get us all
For now.
killed now.
I guess.
See ya, everyone.